If you own a cabinet shop or millwork business, more and more you're required to draw and build cabinets with a radius on them or a part with a radius on them. And once you have a CNC router, that becomes a very easy thing to do because the router will simply just cut whatever you send it out to cut. But the problem becomes in just learning how to draw parts or shapes. They have a radius to the exact dimensions, and most of the time, the builder or the architect has sent you more than enough information for you to be able to do that. But they usually send it to you in terms and measurements that you may not totally understand. Here in this simple picture, they're calling for a wall with 127 and 5/8 inch radius, and they want a cabinet that's 48 inches wide, 36 inches deep, come back and intersect this wall at 30 inches. They also want a little 2-inch inset here. So let's recreate this or create this in a CAD environment so that you can machine that part. I'll minimize this drawing here. I'll just type in PL for polyline, and I'm just going to draw this. I'm just going to click, and I'm just going to drag this cursor down, and I'm just going to type in 2 inches, and then I'm going to type in 48 inches across the front. Let's fill up here. We'll type in 36 inches here, and we'll type in 30 inches there. And I can right click and end that command. So there's our basic shape. Now what's difficult for a lot of people is how do you actually get this radius to be exactly the 127 and 5/8? Well, that's pretty easy to do. So I'm just going to type in a C on the command line for circle. I'm going to choose the end point of this line, and I'm going to type in a radius of that circle of 127.625 there. And if you zoom out, which we will, okay, I have a circle basically centered right there around this point right here. So all I need to do now is right click, which will repeat the command for me. I'm going to choose the end of this line, and I'm going to type in 127.625 here. So we have two circles now, and this circle is centered around this point here, and this circle is centered around this point here. Now where these two circles intersect, that's what we need to get the right radius against this wall, the correct radius on this wall. So I'm going to type in TR on my command line for trim. I'm going to select this circle and this circle, and then I'm going to right click, and I'm going to get rid of that and that, because what I'm really looking for is that point right there. So I'm just going to type circle on my command line one more time, select that point, and you can see the program already knows that from here those little green pluses. If I type in 127.625, there's our 127 and 5/8 inch radius intersecting those 2 points. Now what I want to be able to do is to clean that up. So if I take my trim tool, type trim on my command line, and select the circle and the polyline, and zoom in so you can actually see I've selected both those pieces of geometry, and then right click. I'm just going to click what I want, what I don't need on that circle, and it's going to automatically erase that. So what I can do too, because I'm done with this too, I'm just going to highlight both those and delete those. So here's the start of our cabinet, or our piece or deck or whatever you want this to be, with our geometry. To verify that, I can take a radius tool, just select that, and it will pop in that radius at 127 and 5/8, which is what they're specifying. If I want to go ahead and check my other dimensions, if I just type in dim horizontal, I can come in and take some quick dimensions here. move up to the top, take a dimension there, and if I want to dim, I can just quickly check all my geometry, and there's our finished part. Now, if I want to close that, actually, if you look at this real quickly, this is still one. That's still part of an arc, part of a circle, and this is still a polyline. If I want to combine those into one closed polyline for machining, what I'll do is let me just select those dimensions. I'm done with those. I've verified all my stuff and delete those. Now, if I want this to be a closed polyline, I'm just going to type in PE for polyline edit, select the geometry, give it a tolerance of 0.01, and I want to close it. So now if I select that, you can see all the grips are selected, so it's a closed polyline. That's the way you create a part with a radius, or an easy way to do it. There's several ways to do it, but that's one very easy way to do it and get an exact radius for what you're looking for. Thank you for watching the video.